big one is here between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Who will win the battle tonight? UEFA Champions League semi-final first leg. One of these will be coming on the show. Welcoming you properly on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. We'll start from Nigerian stories now. That has to do with that's rugby, Olympic rugby qualifiers. Nigeria Rugby Federation to camp Black Stallions in United Kingdom for them to have a lot of exposure rather, but at least for the fact that they want to compete at the Olympics. They will be playing in Mauritius against all other African countries. They call it Afric Rugby, where they'll be fighting to qualify for the Olympics. And right now, they'll be camping them over there at the United Kingdom, coming from the Nigerian Rugby Football Federation. They are having the studio on Lawale Peters. Good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Adeni, and thanks for having me.
Yes, it's good to have you on the show. Looking at that particular first story there, our rugby footballers, even though rugby, you can use your hand and also your leg. At least this is a nice move coming from the Nigerian Rugby Football Federation that will be camping them over there in United Kingdom ahead of the June 25, the 24-25 qualifier that will be coming up in Mauritius. They want them to be able to pick their Olympic ticket ahead of other teams they'll be facing. At least they just want them to have that experience. Facility-wise, everything should be in place. Okay, yeah, a good development, but my question is why the choice of England to camp the players? We're going to play in Mauritius, and that is an African country. So it's not that the competition is going to be played in Europe. No, it's going to be played in Africa. So why don't you look at a climate, at a weather that's closer
to Mauritius? And I'm very sure the Mauritius weather and that of UK, they are not at the same level at all. So why don't you look at that? What favors us? We have African countries that are very good with rugby. South Africa, they are very good. Kenya, they are very good. So if you're talking about infrastructure, not that you don't have country in Africa that can provide us that opportunity. And the cost of taking these teams to United Kingdom is on a very high side. But take them to Kenya,
South Africa or Kenya,
even South Africa, Zimbabwe also, they too, they are very good. So I don't really understand the reason why everything wants to do. We still have this slavery mentality, inferiority complex, that until you go to UK or US to have a training, that is when you can become one of the best in the country. I totally disagree with that. Yes, they need to prepare them, equip them before the competition, but the choice of United Kingdom, sincerely, I don't think is the best choice for us. The cost of maintaining them alone, it's an issue. So that is what I think we should be looking into before we plan ahead for a competition. Yeah, they need to get prepared, but that choice is where I have a serious issue with.
Really, for a while, we remember when we were under suspension by the World Rugby Football Union there, but right now that we are back, maybe they're just trying to see how they can do it. Just like you said, this will cut cost. If you can pitch our tent in South Africa, Zimbabwe, even Zambia. At least those are Southern African countries. Well, I will be playing against, rather in Mauritius, where the Rugby Afrique will be coming up for the Olympic rugby qualifier. Let's see what our team, the Black Stallions, will do. Will they be able to qualify for the Olympics? After all, they are right now trying to see how they can make it, get that ticket to play at the Olympics in France. Kudos to them, and we hope that they will be able to pick up that particular ticket. Away from the rugby now, let's talk about basketball. The NBA is getting very sweet now because of the fact that the battle between Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors is right now going well in the favor of Los Angeles Lakers. They won that game 104-101, scored by Golden State Warriors. Lakers lead series 3-1, where LeBron James had 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Still talking about the Los Angeles Lakers against Golden State Warriors. A big one there for Los Angeles Lakers for the fact that they made it 3-1. Now it was actually 1-0. It became 1-1, then 2-1, and now 3-1. One more game for them. If they are able to win it, they will be able to at least win this particular season, and they will be going to the finals. That is if they are able to do it. Looking at the point scored by the players there, you look at LeBron, 27 points, Anthony Davis, 23 points for Los Angeles Lakers, 15 rebounds, 3 steals. You have Stephen Curry. Well, he got 31 points, but they lost that game, 14 assists and 10 rebounds. Good one for Lakers for the fact that they were able to do it now. 3-1 in this series. Let's look at the second result of the gameplay earlier today, where Miami Heat, the Heat was too much for New York Knicks, 109 against 101 there. Good one for Jimmy Butler, who got 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists in that game. Congrats to Miami right now. They are also leading the series. A big one there. And now, looking at the fact that they have 3-1, also ahead of New York Knicks. On Wednesday will be the decider who stays on, or they will continue to win between Miami Heat and New York Knicks. Now, looking at the NBA playoff bracket, you look at Denver Nuggets and Phoenix Suns having 2-2 in the games played so far, and you have Miami Heat leading the pack ahead of New York Knicks 3-1 in the series. 76ers and Boston Celtics are sharing it 2-2. It has been between Golden State Warriors and Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference playoff semifinals. It has been a big one because Lakers are leading now. LeBron James against Stephen Curry, always a battle. Just to give you update concerning what's happening in the NBA. Very interesting game, and really is tough for this season. Golden State Warriors, Lakers, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, Knicks, Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets, and Phoenix Suns all fighting to see how they can survive this particular series there. We move away from the NBA. Let's quickly look at a more complete table of Nigerian Football League. Just a match to go, although except for Rivers United in Group B. But for the NPFL right now, it's a very, very dicey one because the last match they'll be playing is going to be a big one. Now, we're looking at a more comprehensive table now in the Nigerian Premier Football League Group A standings. Bender Insurance confirmed. No one can take this away from them. They've really done well playing. Let's just use this to at least from your analysis so far, the table.
Okay, and I think a very good one for Bender Insurance, and it shows that the commitment of the state government of the club had yielded the results, and they are the invisible club in Nigeria, and so far so good. They've played 17 matches. They are yet to lose any match, and they've won 8. They've drawn 9. However, that is not the end. If you look at the table currently now, they're having 33 points. Whereas we have Eyimba, they're having 31 points. And they both played 17 matches. If they should go by the last match, both of them are playing Bender Insurance and Eyimba. They're not going to be at home in their next match. They'll be playing away from home. Eyimba will be playing Nasarawa United, while Bender Insurance will be playing Shooting Stars. The two teams that they'll be playing, they are not playing for any point. They are only playing for pride. And when you are playing a team that is playing for pride, they are more difficult to beat than a team that is playing for points. This time around, the Nasarawa United, the El Kaneme Warriors,
are relegated.
They are relegated already. So they are like, oh, this is going to be our last match at home against our opponent. Let's do this for the fans, for our supporters. Let's try as much as possible. If you cannot win, let's get a draw. And that will not be good for Bender Insurance. If they should draw their next match, that will take them to 34 points.
Okay.
And if Eyimba should win their next match, it will take them to 34 points also. And if you look at the goal difference between the two, Eyimba International, they are having more goals defense than Bender Insurance. They are having 13.
Well, as it is, if 3 of them, even if Eyimba should take over, still not the winner of the league. They are only topping the group.
I'm talking about who is going to top the group.
Okay.
Now, the fight for who is going to win the Super 6, that one is something different. Now, what I'm talking about is, okay, what is the purpose of you have a child that has a good handwriting?
And it doesn't pass exam.
But it's always failing an exam. Now, they've done very well at the group stages.
Not losing any
match, but they didn't top the table. They didn't top the league. They came second. So that's the point here. So I think
they must win their last match.
They have to win their last match. Then also, if you look at Remo Star and Aqua United also, it is not over because we are having 3 teams that are going to qualify from each group. Now, Remo Stars, they are having 30 points, and Aqua United, they are having 29 points. If Aqua United should win their next match, and Remo Star, they draw, or they lose, that means that table will change. Aqua United will be the one to qualify to play the Super 6. So now Aqua United, it is not in their hand anymore. They have to do the first thing by winning their match to be sure that they are getting 32 points. And they should now pray like Nigerian mentality, what we are used to. Let's pray so that if we win, let them lose or they draw, because a win for Remo Star will kill whatever
Aqua United have achieved.
They've achieved. So that one also will be a real battle. Aqua United also, they'll be playing away from home. It is only the Remo Star that will be playing at home against Kwara United. So it's going to be a very interesting match among the top 4 to see who will top the table and who will qualify between Aqua United and Rep. This is what we want to see when it comes to Nigerian Professional Football League. We want to see the competition up to the last match. Not that we have about 2 or 3 matches to the end of the season. You already know who is going to be the winner. So it's a very good one.
A tough one there, looking at the comprehensive table of the Nigerian Premier Football League Group A standings there, a tough one. But for Nasarawa United and El Kalemi Warriors, really, they've been confirmed that they are no longer going to be part of this league next season. They'll be playing at the NNL Nigerian National Level for Kwara, Gombe, Shooting, Plateau, Aqua, Remo, Eyimba, and Bende Insurance. The battle is still on because the match day 18 will be coming up. And let's see who stays top among the 3. Well, right now, let's look at the Group B of the NPFL. Also, this group is much more dicey because of the outstanding matches involving Rivers United. They play 14. Yeah. You still have at least 4 matches to go for Rivers United. Lobby, they have just 1 match. Doma United are standing 3rd. They have 2 matches. Sunshine Stars 2 matches. Those matches will be against Rivers United. You have Wiki Tories. They have just 1 match there. It's very dicey for them. Although Wiki Tories, it has not been confirmed they have totally dropped from the league, but it's very, very dicey because they have a match to play. They have 2 matches rather, and anything can still happen. Yeah, they have 2 matches, and one of them they are playing against Rivers United, and they want to postpone for additional 24 hours. So it's going to be a very dicey one for them. What it needs to look at is, okay, we're having 15 points, minus 7, and we've played 16 matches. So that means we have only 1 match ahead of our opponent. That's what they have. So that's against Rivers United. They just have to fight to see if they can win.
As much as possible to win. But is it possible for them to win away from home, because they are going to Rivers to play the match? And look at Rivers, look at their position. Currently, they've played only 14 matches.
And they are second.
And they are second with 26 points. So the gap, the difference between them and the group leader, which is Lobby Star, is just 4 points. So that means if they can win their next 3 matches, they're going to top the table. That, apart from that, like we saw in the Group A standing, we're having the same thing here in the Group B standing. Look at Sunshine Stars. If they have 2 outstanding matches, that is 6 points. So there's probability that they will win their next 2 matches. If they win their next 2 matches, and Lobby Star should lose their last match. So that means they are coming down.
What's a dicey group?
And also, if you look at Sunshine also, if you look at Doma also, they've played 16 matches. They have 2 outstanding matches. If they too should win their next 2 outstanding matches, 26 plus 5 will give you 31. So that means they are going to dislodge the Lobby Star. So Lobby Star right now, they need to really concentrate, at least to do what?
Win.
To get a draw. If they can get a draw now with the permutation of what we are seeing right now, Sunshine United, if they should win their next 2 matches, to give them 6 points. 6 points plus 24, that would be 30. But if Lobby Star should try and draw their last match, they will get only 1 point. And that 1 point plus the 30 points they're having, that is 31. Guarantee that no matter what Sunshine, no matter what they play, if they let them win all their remaining 2 matches with 100-0, it's still not going to count for them. So Lobby Star, their concentration now should be how to draw their next match. Then from there, they'll take it up when they get to the Super 6. And I'm seriously anticipating and waiting to see what will happen during the Super 6 league, because that will be much more interesting to see. Don't be surprised, the team that top the group may not be the team that will win the Super 6, because everybody will now sit up, and like the likes of Rivers United, Benden Insurance, they will be the team that everybody wants to beat based on their current performance. So all eyes will be on them. Before you know it, a sneaky team that you never believe they can do anything, they'll just come and overtake them.
It's been a wonderful one coming from Lawal Peters there concerning the comprehensive table of the Nigerian Professional Football Premier Football League. I beg your pardon, but really it's getting very interesting. And right now, a tough battle awaits the clubs that will be fighting hard to see how they can upstage themselves ahead of the final match coming up. Aside that, the Super Six is also waiting for all the teams that qualified. Top three there for Nasarawa, El Kanemi, and Dakada. It has been confirmed that they are out of the NPFL next season. But for Wiki, they still have hope. Let's see what they will do concerning that. Right now, that transfers to the international scene. Let's look at matches being played. Premier League result. Games were played yesterday, and it was a good one for Everton, coming 5-1 against Brighton over Albion. What happened to Brighton that have been beating all the Giants? They couldn't do it against Everton. I have McAllister, even though he scored one for them, it wasn't good enough. For Nottingham Forest, 4-3 against Southampton. What a goal thriller, 7 goals there. Fulham against Leicester, 8 goals thriller, 5-3. Fulham really did well against Leicester. They tried their best, but they actually lost the control of the pitch as the match actually continued. Looking at these games, a lot of goals were scored in 2 matches there. In fact, all the 3 matches, 5-3, 5-1, 4-3, almost 30 goals.
Yes, in 3 matches. And that's what happens when everybody is coming out to fight. When everybody is coming out to win, coming out to play. Nobody is coming to defend the game. Everybody is coming out because a win means a lot. Now, if you look at Nottingham Forest and Southampton, it's a battle of relegation. I don't want to be relegated. If Southampton have won that yesterday's match, they will have moved from their current 24 points to 27 points. So that means they will be 3 points behind the likes of Everton and Leicester City. So also Nottingham Forest, look at the amount of money they've spent this season. They got almost 20 new players into their folds to come in. So they are like, oh, I don't want to go back to relegation. So they have to do everything humanly possible to make sure that they win that match. And that's why you see everybody was mass attack. It was mass attack. The defense, they left the defense that yesterday. That no, what we need is to score more goals. We need to win our matches. So a very good one. Then Brighton and Everton. No, that's one thing about football. The bookmakers, the pundits, nobody had ever predicted that Everton away from home, the last time they won away from home was in October. That they will now go to Brighton that is fighting to play in Euro next season
and wipe them.
And they wallop them. In fact, they were battered. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consolation goal came. So that shows that the remaining 2-3 matches in the Premier League will be very, very, very tough. Now, if you look at all the teams that those that won yesterday, Everton, they are still not escaping relegation.
They only jumped.
They're having 32 points currently now. Nottingham Forest also, they've not escaped relegation. In fact, if you look at the only team that I think have escaped relegation right now is West Ham. West Ham, in the sense that West Ham, they are having 37 points currently now. They are the only team that escaped relegation based on trajectory of what has happened in Premier League for the past 6 years. For the past 6 years, no team has relegated once you get to that 37-point threshold. But from 35, 34, anything can still happen. The only team that got relegated with 37 points was Newcastle. That was in 2014-2015 season when Leicester City, they won the league. Apart from that, it has been 34-33. So if you look at the table currently now, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leicester City, Leeds United, Southampton, between 5 of them is still open. It's still open. Even the Southampton that they are sitting bottom of the table with 24 points. If they should win their
remaining 3
matches, it will take them to 30. And other team, if they lost their own match, it will not be goal difference, go against, and what will happen. So anything that is playing there. So that's why I told a friend of mine yesterday, a Man City fan, they are playing Everton.
So watch out.
You saw what they did. So that shows that they are playing with a team that is already on the ground. They have nothing to lose. They will come out all out because if you win them, they still have nothing to lose.
And now Everton they want to get off really from that worrisome situation.
They really need to do that. They are having 3 outstanding matches now and they are having 32 points. Now their mathematics will be, we need to win a match and draw a match. With that 4 points, they can still be guaranteed because the 4 points plus the 32 will give them 36 points. That 36 points, they should be comfortable with what we have with other teams right now. That will make us to remain in the league. But for how long will they continue like this? Look at last season. it was their last match, the last goal by Calvin Lewis that took them to remain in the Premier League. So I think they really need to do something about the team. Look at Leicester City also. Last season, they finished 8th on the table. And look at where they are today. So that shows that something is wrong with the management of the team. And next season will be more interesting than this season when it comes to the Premier League. So it was a very good match yesterday. So it's not going to be over until it's over. Anybody playing Nottingham Forest, Everton, Leicester City, Leeds United, and Southampton, sincerely, it will be very tough for you to have an outright win against them based on their condition right now and their predicament.
They will come at you with all their might. Now, Nottingham Forest, Awoni was able to go, at least he got a brace in that match yesterday. I thought I was saying, well, that would be a nice one because Awoni really needed that particular goal to get himself back to that squad. We know since he moved it, he has been struggling. And right now, getting this brace, even though he's coming at the late hour, but at least it's still a motivation for him because 3 matches are still ahead, and hopefully maybe you have the chance to bang in more goals there.
Yeah, and apart from the motivation for him as an individual, even for their team also, look at the way all of them celebrated the first and the second goal because they need that 3 points like anything else.
They really needed it.
So it was the one that really helped them with the first goal and the second goal. So that gave them the mindset that, oh, we are winning this since we are leading 2-0. So I think it's a very good one. Then if a player, and apart from, I'm not talking about Erling Haaland because it's like he came from another world.
Another planet
entirely. So for a player to come into Premier League and the first season, you pick 100%. It's very, very unlikely.
I don't imagine next season what will happen for Haaland that now is so settled. He's so settled with the league. First season and second season is coming with this experience as gathered so far, playing against all the 19 other teams in that league.
Okay, I'm sure most of the defenders during their break, they will concentrate more on watching Haaland
how to hold him down.
Take it or leave it. They will try as much as possible. And most of the coaches also, they will try as much as possible to get his weak points. Once they do that, sometimes around December, January, he wasn't banging in the goals. But February, he pick up again. So everybody, you have your own weak points. Take it or leave it. I'm sure next season, he won't score as high as he did this season. They will find the weak point. Though it will be very difficult because it's strong. He has the pace, he has the shot, and it's a go-getter, goal-poacher. Leave him around that box 18, just give him ball. He knows what to do. It's like, the diameter of the goal post. He doesn't even need to look that, this is where I want to play the ball. He will play the ball and the ball will go there. It's like I'm sending the ball a message. Or go to 70 degree, go to 42 degree, or you go inside. That's what it does. So it's going to be a very good one. So for Awoni also, I think it's a very good one for him. If Nottingham Forest should escape relegation, I think we're going to see more improved Awoni. I'm only worried for the likes of Ndidi and Iheanacho if Leicester City should relegate.
Maybe I should just swap with Awoni to Nottingham Forest. Anyway, we've been talking about the EPL there. Now we'll take our last story on the show. PSG football chief right now, Luis Ocampos, right now talking to Jose Mourinho's agent. They want to see how they can get the special one to France. Yeah,
and the special one is always outsourced coach in the world. Take it or leave it. You can't take it away from the 58 years old coach. Currently now, what PSG need, it's more like what Chelsea they need. They need a disciplinarian. They need a coach that doesn't take nonsense. They need a coach that has won it, that when you look at him and he give you instruction or direction or tell you what you need to do, you have no other choice because he has started winning while you are still thinking of how to go to primary school or secondary school. Someone that have won almost everything in everywhere that he has played. So I think a coach like Mourinho will best fit into PSG because what PSG need now, they don't need a coach that will come and play tiki-taka for them. They need a coach that will come in and win trophy. We are talking about trophy, Champions League trophy for them. Look at what he did with the Roman team last season. The Conference League, for the first time, he won it for them. So that means all the club that he has managed, he has won trophy. The only one that didn't win trophy, which is still counting for himself, is Tottenham, that he won half trophy. And they asked him, why half? He said, I got them to the final. They didn't allow me to play. So that means I've won half trophy. So I think it's going to be a very good one. And he's been complaining also at Roma currently now, because Mourinho is someone that likes to spend also. So they're not making the money available for him to spend. And his contract is going to expire in 2024. That's next year. And currently now, nobody's talking about renewal. So I think the remaining 1 year that is left on his contract can be bought over or paid for. So I think there's that possibility and probability of him going to PSG.
A good one there coming from Olawale Peters. We'll be giving you much more concerning Champions League by 5:30. Join us to talk about it. And right now, I want to appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you, and Adeni for having me.
I've just switched to Nottingham Forest. Well, I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.